Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to discuss with you the chapter 4, the Mughal Empire, the next part that is about the Jahangir. Okay, so last video or last class we have discussed about the religious policy, then Ilahi administration system of Akbar's court. Okay, now today we will discuss about Jahangir. His time period was 1605 to 1627. Jahangir, the eldest son of Akbar, ascended the throne in 1605 CE. So that means he got the actually he was the eldest son of Akbar and he got the throne in 1605 CE. His actual name was Prince Salim. Okay, so you students, you also note it down and underline this point that what was his actual name. So his actual name was Prince Salim. Okay, Jahangir Jahangir continued with his father's policy. That means whatever policy Akbar was made for his kingdom, that policy only Jahangir also continued or followed. He too was liberal, he was also secular and looked after his people. So that means he followed his father's rules, father's policy, everything. Tuju ki Jahangiri. This is the autobiography of Jahangir. Okay, portrays him as a man of justice. That means in his autobiography Tuju ki Jahangiri have told about his character. So that means he actually was the portrait as a man of justice. That means he actually very good judge. That means if anyone is creating in his kingdom any problem, so he can taken the decision very clearly and his judgment was very clear. Okay. So that is why Jahangir portrays his as a man of justice. So this is a very important line because question may become from here. You can see here one picture. He is the Jahangir. Okay, this is the Jahangir's picture top. Okay, this is the. Now Jahangir also laid some. Jahangir also led some less successful campaigns against the Sikhs and the Ahams. These are the type of groups. Okay, Sikhs, the Ahams, and the people of Ahmednagar. So those who belongs from the Sikhs, those who belong from the Ahams, those who belong from the Ahmednagar, actually Jahangir also led some successful campaigns. That means he actually struggled against them. He actually struggled against the Sikhs, the Ahams, and the Ahmednagar's people. During the region of Jahangir, a number of Europeans like Portuguese, the British, and the Dutch had begun to make their presence felt in India. So during his region, that means Jahangir's region, a number of Europeans like Portuguese, British and Dutch, they actually begin to make their presence felt in India. That means they have came that time and a few of them, they started to live in India. Now our next part is very important. Next is the Jahangir and Noor Jahan. Okay, so she is the Noor Jahan. Here you are seeing the picture. This one, he is known as Noor Jahan. Okay, and now we came to know about Noor Jahan. Who was Noor Jahan? In 1611 CE, Emperor Jahangir married Mehrun Nisha. Okay, Mehrun Nisha. This is the pronunciation. He gave her the title Noor Jahan. What is the meaning of Noor Jahan? Noor Jahan meaning light of the world. Okay, so Jahangir married one woman. His name was her name was Mehrun Nisa, and Mehrun Nisa's another name was Noor Jahan, which was given by Jahangir. And what is the meaning of Noor Jahan? Noor Jahan means the light of the world. She remained extremely loyal and supportive to the monarch. As a mark of honor, Jahangir struck silver coins bearing his own titles on the side, and on the other side inscription struck in the name of the Queen Begum Noor Jahan. Now what is the meaning? That he means here Jahangir struck silver coins. Okay, that means Jahangir actually issues a silver coin, and he struck, that means pressing or pasting. Okay, you can say pressing or pasting his name one side, and another side he means pasted or pressed Noor Jahan or his wife's name or picture. Not the picture, actually the name. Okay, so struck in the name of Queen Begum Noor Jahan. So one side his name, and another side his wife Noor Jahan's name was pasted in silver coin. The adjoining document adjoining document means joint document. Okay, adjoining means which document is joined. That means which document is both are the both have the name in that document. Noor Jahan's name also there and Jahangir's names also there. So the adjoining documents is an order farman of Noor Jahan. We know that farman means an order. So adjoining document is an order farman of Noor Jahan. The square seal states command of her most sublime and elevated majesty Noor Jahan Padshah Begum. Okay, so actually we everybody know that Noor Jahan, who was who was very attract for her beauty. That means actually she was very much a beautiful lady, and this is the main thing for what actually Jahangir was attracted. Okay, and this is the comment of her most sublime. Sublime means beauty. Okay, and elevated majesty means impressive beauty. Noor Jahan Padshah Begum. So this is the Noor Jahan's farman. Okay, this part you can see here, left side box. This is the farman of Noor Jahan. The round seal states, now what is the round seal told? It states, by the son of Shah Jahangir, she became as brilliant as the moon. May Noor Jahan Padshah be the lady of the age. So that means there are two documents. Okay, one document is the square seal. In square seal it has told that what is told in square seal only told about the Noor Jahan's beautiness. Okay, but the round seal has told about the Shah Jahan, and he was very brilliant king. About that only it was written. He is the Shah Jahan. Okay, now we came to this part, Shah Jahan, 1627 to 1658. Jahangir's death started a war of succession amongst his sons. Finally, Prince Khurram successfully occupied the throne in 1627. So Jahangir's death started a war of succession amongst his sons. That means he have actually after the death of the Jahangir, who will be the next king? For that reason, they have the confusion. Okay, but finally Prince Khurram successfully occupied the throne when 1627, and he was given the title of Shah Jahan. So Prince Khurram's another name, or he got the title the Shah Jahan. And what is the Shah Jahan means? Shah Jahan means ruler of the world. Okay, so this is the name of the that Prince Khurram. His another name is Shah Jahan, and Shah Jahan means ruler of the world. The European traders did a lot of business during the region of Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan continued Mughal campaigns in the Deccan. Afghan noble Khan Jahan Lodi rebelled and was defeated. So the European traders did a lot of business during the region of Shah Jahan. That means Shah Jahan's region, the European traders, they were very successfully, they run their business. Okay, and Shah Jahan continued Mughal campaigns in the Deccan. That means he continued his struggle with the Deccan. Now the Afghan noble Khan Jahan Lodi, he rebelled and was defeated. Shah Jahan also launched campaigns against Ahmednagar. The Bundels were defeated and Orcha seized. Orcha is a town name. Okay, so so Shah Jahan actually, when campaigns against Ahmednagar, the Bundels were defeated and Orcha seized. That means Orcha, that town, captured. In the northwest, the campaign to seize Balak from the Uzbeks was successful, but Kandahar was lost to the Safavidas. Okay, so in the northwest, with which country they have campaigned? The campaign to seize Balk from the Uzbek. So where is means Balk from the Uzbek was unsuccessful, but Kandahar was lost to the Safavidas. In 1632 CE, Ahmednagar was finally annexed and Bijapur forces sued for peace. So, lastly, in 1632, Ahmednagar was finally captured. Now the Shah Jahan gave patronage to poets, philosophers, scholars and artists. That means he was very fond of and he loved this all. He was a good poet, he was a philosopher, he was scholars, and he was, as well as he was an artist. He showed immense interest in architecture. He built the Taj Mahal at Agra in 1643. So 1643 he was built the Taj Mahal, a new city called Shah Jahanabad, the seventh city of the Delhi. It was also constructed in his region. So Shah Jahanabad also constructed in Shah Jahan's region. He made his capital. In 1657 CE, Shah Jahan fell ill and a war of succession broke out among his four sons. So that means now we came to know that how many sons he have. How many sons he have? He have four sons. The names of sons are Dara, Suja, Murad and Aurangzeb before his death. So these four were the Shah Jahan's son. In 1658 CE, Aurangzeb ascended the throne after defeating his brothers and killed his main rival Dara. Okay, so 1658 see Aurangzeb when he captured the throne after defeating his brothers. That means he was actually very much cruel brother among his rest among his among the all brothers. He was one of the most cruel brother, and he killed his main rival. Actually, he thought that his brothers were the rival or enemy of him. Okay, his enemy actually. So for that reason, he killed Dada. He made his father Shah Jahan a prisoner at Agra Fort. Can you imagine? He means sent his father to the jail. And which jail? Agra Fort. Okay, Agra Fort. There is a prison. So she sent to him in a jail and crowned himself as an emperor, and after that he himself crowned. That means him no one actually accept to him as a king, but he himself declared as a king. In 1665 C, Shah Jahan died. So this is the history, or this is about the Shah Jahan, Noor Jahan and Jahangir. And next part we came to know about Aurangzeb. So in my next video I will discuss about Aurangzeb. So okay, so till thank you, goodbye.